22 Hymns on the Larger Sutra. Venerable Ananda, rising from his seat, beheld the majestic radiance of the world-honored one. Amazed, a rare feeling of wonder arising in him, he realized he had never seen such radiance before. Sakyamuni's splendor was rare and auspicious. Ananda, rejoicing immensely, asked its meaning, whereupon the Buddha revealed the fundamental intent of his appearance in the world. Having entered the samadhi of great tranquility, the Buddha's countenance was wondrous in its radiance. Observing the depth of Ananda's discernment, he praised him for his insightful question. The fundamental intent for which the Buddha appeared in the world was to reveal the truth and reality of the primal vow. He taught that to encounter or behold a Buddha is as rare as the blossoming of the Udambara flower. It is taught that 10 kalpas have now passed since Amida attained Buddhahood, but he seems a Buddha more ancient than kalpas countless as particles. The Buddha of inconceivable light, under Lokesvara Raja Buddha, selected the best qualities from among all the pure lands of the 10 quarters to establish the primal vow. The light of the Buddha of unhindered light holds the lights of purity, joy, and wisdom. Its virtuous working surpasses conceptual understanding, benefiting the beings throughout the 10 quarters. Encouraging the beings of the 10 quarters with the words, "With sincere mind entrust yourselves and aspire for birth." Amida established the vow beyond conceptual understanding and made it the cause of birth in the true and real fulfilled land. Those who attain true and real Shinjin immediately join the truly settled. Thus, having entered the stage of non-retrogression, they necessarily attain nirvana. So profound is Amida's great compassion that, manifesting inconceivable Buddha wisdom, he established the vow of transformation into men, thereby vowing to enable women to attain Buddhahood. Provisionally guiding sentient beings of the 10 quarters with the words, "Aspire with sincere mind and desire to be born," Amida revealed the temporary gate of various good acts and vowed to appear before them at the time of death. Based on Amida's vow to appear at the time of death, Sakyamuni presented all the various good acts in one scripture, the Contemplation Sutra, encouraging those who perform meditative and non-meditative practices. All the good acts and myriad practices, because they are performed with a sincere mind and aspiration, become, without exception, provisional good that will lead to birth in the Pure Land. Provisionally guided sentient beings of the 10 quarters with the words, "Direct your merits with sincere mind, desiring to be born," Amida revealed the true gate of the name, vowing to enable beings ultimately to attain birth. Based on the vow that beings ultimately attain birth, Sakyamuni presented in the Amida Sutra the root of good and the root of virtue, encouraging those of the one vehicle. Those who say the name in self-power, whether meditative or non-meditative, having indeed taken refuge in the vow that beings ultimately attain birth, will spontaneously, even without being taught, turn about and enter the gate of suchness. Those who, though aspiring for the pure land of happiness, do not realize Shinjin that is other power, doubt the Buddha's inconceivable wisdom, and therefore dwell in the borderland, or the realm of indolence and pride. It is difficult to encounter a time when a Tathagata appears in the world, and difficult to hear the teaching of the Buddhas. It is rare to hear the excellent Dharma for bodhisattvas, even in the span of countless kalpas. It is difficult to meet true teachers, and difficult for them to instruct. It is difficult to hear the teaching well, and more difficult still to accept it. More difficult even than trust in the teachings of Sakyamuni's lifetime is the true entrusting of the universal vow. The sutra teaches that it is the most difficult of all difficulties, that nothing surpasses this difficulty. Attaining Buddhahood through the Nembutsu is the true essence of the Pure Land Way. The myriad practices and good acts are the temporary gate. Unless one distinguishes accommodated and real, temporary and true, one cannot possibly know the Pure Land that is naturalness. Sentient beings, having long followed the path of sages, the accommodated and temporary teachings that are provisional means, have been transmigrating in various forms of existence. So take refuge in the one vehicle of the compassionate vow.